Hey,
All right.
and we're
We
back.
are back again.
This is Quiet in the Back. I'm your host, Patrick William,
I'm Austin Jenny.
and we are in week 3 of
right.
our scariest month of movies.
Woo, spooky time.
It's October, and we're watching horror movies.
That's cliche.
No one's ever done this before.
No.
Quiet in the Back did it first. We're
Yeah.
the only podcast to watch horror movies.
We're the only
in October,
podcast on Earth, actually. New.
especially on the internet.
Uh-huh.
Delete all the other ones and share ours with your friends and family. So our first 2 weeks were cult classic B movies, not really horror movie. Evil Dead 2 is technically a horror comedy, but Toxie's not really scary at all, just a straight comedy.
Yeah.
This is our first movie that's actually getting a little spooky.
It's a little spooky. It's more unsettling than it is
Yeah.
spooky. It's more of a psychological
Yeah,
movie, you know what I mean?
I agree. It makes your skin crawl a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
There's no real jump scares, though.
No.
It's not like Nightmare on Elm Street or Jason, Halloween, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just
Freaks you out.
disturbed.
Yeah, it just freaks you out. Makes you feel gross.
The movie that we watched is
Midsommar.
Midsommar.
That's right.
A24
Yeah,
produced this movie.
sure did.
It was written and directed by Ari Aster.
Mm-hmm. It's some classic, but it's folk horror. It's one of my absolute
Yeah.
favorite genres of film.
I love it as well. Other references for people to understand what this is or what it's like. Think like Wicker Man.
Mm-hmm.
Think True Detective season 1. Right?
God, I love that. Yeah.
And there's a whole show, American Gothic Horror Story or whatever.
Oh yeah, American is some American
Whatever
Horror
it's called.
Story.
American Horror Story.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
very folk horror.
Yeah, for sure.
It's great.
Creepy cult vibes, weird folklore.
Right.
Just foreign to American minds at least. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It is just juicy. It is a great form for horror.
This one deals with the Swedes.
Nobody pisses me off like the Swedes.
My least favorite band, ABBA, is Swedish. And I was just like imagining this weird cult dancing to ABBA the whole time. Oh, just kill me now.
Yeah, we've had some rough ABBA history. She fucked us many a Sundays.
So the Swedish folk horror takes root in the kind of like pagan and I guess it would be like Norse mythology.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Old Viking stuff, runes, sacrificial, like human sacrifice.
Fertility rituals.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
All the stuff from Wicker Man, pretty much.
Yes.
But
Very much so.
But specifically very Swedish version of that.
This is pretty much just a Wicker Man ripoff.
It is. Let's be upfront about that.
Very well done Wicker Man ripoff.
Yeah, this
Very
is a
tasteful.
hard ripoff of Wicker Man, but still somehow better.
The Nicolas Cage version, I'm saying.
Yeah, well, not the original. No one's seen the original.
True. It is fantastic though. I mean,
Yeah.
especially when you get like down to the technicals of this movie, it is. Whoa, the camera work is so crazy good.
Yeah. The first thing that I noticed is that the camera work, at least early in the movie, very static.
Yeah.
A lot of like tripod shots, no movement or very little movement. And then when the camera does move, it's like for very deliberate reasons and it feels like it has a bigger impact.
Yeah.
But it was cool. It creates a sense of like stillness and quiet.
Peace, even a lot of the time.
Yeah, just like low energy, I guess, like eerie. And it definitely is an eerie start.
Yeah, man.
The main character, Danny,
Oh.
She is on medication of some sort. I think it's like antidepressive.
No, that was Ativan. It was
What's that?
Xanax. She was taking a Xanax because she was stressed.
Okay, well, Yeah, I guess I would put that in the same category.
Yeah.
It's probably chemically not the same,
Yeah.
but if I think of someone that's taking Xanax, it, I guess stress and depression are the same thing.
Yeah.
I lump them together because I'm just not that type of person
Yeah.
that that suffers from either thing.
I will tell you that Xanax is very different from
Well,
experience.
I've had it, but
Oh,
not,
nice.
but just recreationally.
Yeah.
I've never used it medically to like deal with my emotions.
Oh, me neither. But
But I guess I think of like it as she's taking emotion regulating drugs.
yeah,
Let's put it that way.
She's upset.
She's garden stating herself
Yeah,
a little bit. And the reason is that her sister's bipolar,
hmm
and she's sent a very creepy email that is insinuating that she's going to kill her parents and herself.
Yeah.
It's like not super direct, but it's also not that hard to misread it.
Yeah, she says like everything is black. I can't do it anymore. Mom and dad are coming too. Goodbye.
Right.
Yeah.
And so she's like freaking out. She's leaving a voicemail and she's calling her boyfriend to like get emotional support.
hmm
And this is the first moment, like very early on, where you see that they have a pretty like awkward.
It's a toxic relationship.
For sure.
Yeah.
I wrote that in my theme.
Yeah.
In my theme section, toxic relationships.
For sure. And emotional neglect.
He does not really seem interested in her problems. She asks if he wants to hang out, and he's like clearly resistant.
hmm
And then after they hang up, she's on the phone with her friend, and she's like worried that she's leaning on her boyfriend too much and she's going to drive him away.
Yeah.
And her boyfriend or her friend is like, no, that's crazy. Like, you deserve someone who will support you, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But then it cuts over to the boyfriend and his friends, and they're hanging out at like a pub or whatever. And they are all talking shit on her.
Mad super shit.
And they're like, you need to dump her. She's too needy and emotional, etc.
Yeah, find a girl that actually likes sex. Yeah.
Yeah, God. And so they're like, that scene reinforces all of the insecurities that she has about the dynamic of their relationship.
For sure.
For us, not for her. She still kind of wants to believe that it's good.
Yeah.
But we can immediately see that like all the things that she's afraid are happening in the relationship are happening in the relationship.
Mm-hmm. He wants out. He's wanted out for over a year and just hasn't broken up with her.
Yeah.
And then we get one of the most disturbing intros to a movie that I can really think of. I mean, that one's fucked, man.
It's it really sucks.
It really does.
It turns out that her sister did commit suicide and kill her parents.
Mm-hmm.
She linked up the cars in the garage to these tubes and ran the carbon monoxide into their bedroom.
Yeah.
And, like, sealed it in with duct tape.
Yeah, and then one of the tubes into her fucking mouth.
And she's like sucking on the hose.
Yeah.
So she did there's a word for that where you kill your family.
Oh, I don't know.
I know like patricide is killing your father. Genocide is like the whole gene pool.
Yeah.
But there's like a word for just
familicide, maybe?
Family. I don't know. She's a family annihilator, either way.
Yeah. Man, I remember the first time watching this movie was just that really stuck with me. Just how disturbing that is. Look at this boy.
Hi, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Here for the pod.
Well, what sucks is that it's like, or what kind of makes it so haunting is that it's really quiet and it's really realistic.
Yeah.
There's nothing like fantastical about it. It's not like a serial killer movie where it's like a thriller and it's high octane.
No.
This is just like a very simple carbon monoxide poisoning. People do this all the time.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, they just show you the dead bodies just like sitting there with the hoses, and it's just like so dark.
Yeah, it is extremely upsetting. It's, like I said, one of the more disturbing ways to start a movie. That is a fucking horrible thing to go through. And then her sobs are so gut-wrenching, dude.
Yeah, she's like, they're more like screams.
Yeah.
They're like wails of agony.
Yeah.
She's like screaming like a banshee. But that kind of locks in the boyfriend.
It does, for sure.
Unfortunately, like you get the sense that he was considering breaking up with her pretty soon in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
But then her whole family dies, and he's all that she has for like a support system.
Yeah.
And so he is stuck.
Yeah, you can't break up with someone whose family just died.
Right.
Like that's
If you break up with her now, he's gonna feel like such a huge asshole.
yeah.
Right. So he's like locked in due to guilt
Yeah,
into a relationship that he doesn't really have his heart in anymore.
for sure. And that's just like the recipe for resentment.
Yeah.
Like that's just it.
And she can
Ugh.
feel like the awkwardness.
Yeah.
She can tell that it's not great, but she also like really does need him. Like the few times that he's like going to walk away from her at any point early in the movie,
Mhm.
she like physically clings onto him and begs him to stay.
Yeah.
Please, no, I just want to talk. Like she can't be without him in this moment.
Ugh. Yeah, man. Well, that's a way to start a movie.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So they have a toxic relationship that is built on guilt and grief and emotional need, I guess.
Yeah.
Emotional support, like one-sided emotional support.
Mm-hmm. And just neglect from the other side.
Right. He doesn't actually want to support her.
No.
He never has, and that was always like the problem. Is she addressed that on the phone call with her friend? Is that like I'm the only one who ever is leaning on him. He's never leaning on me. He doesn't need me
Mm-hmm.
in the way that I need him. She's aware of this in like the first scene of the movie.
Yeah. I mean, just overall, he's a very shallow person. You know, it doesn't seem like there's much going on. He has no idea what he's gonna do for his thesis, for his fucking PhD or whatever in college, and yeah, it's just there's not much
Yeah, I think
going on.
the way the character acts in this movie shows him to be just quite dumb,
Mm-hmm.
a bit shallow. Um, I don't know. I guess one of my criticisms that I wrote, I wasn't going to bring this up till later, but it kind of just fits, is that
Yeah.
this movie does the whole like trope of horror movie characters just making dumb decisions.
Yeah.
They're all just fucking idiots.
They do make some pretty dumb decisions, but they are drug fueled decisions most of the time, too.
Yeah, but that is a stupid like
Yes, of course.
they arrive in Sweden on this weird compound, this like family compound that the Swedish exchange student has like brought them to. And Danny is still experiencing trauma of
Yeah.
her recent like family death.
Yeah, it was like months ago, like a couple months. It was snow outside when it happened, and they were going in June.
Okay,
So
yeah.
probably like
Same
3
year.
or 4 months. Yeah.
Very fresh as far as full family death is concerned.
Yeah. That's a
and-
multi-year trauma, like
Right.
grief healing process, if you ever do, and you don't really.
And these random stranger Swedish people come out of a tent, walk across the field, and offer everybody mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And the like sort of stupid sidekick friends are all like, "Yeah, let's take these mushrooms. This is our Swedish vacation where we're gonna bang milkmaids."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But then Danny is like very hesitant. You know, she does not feel comfortable with this.
Sure.
And so her boyfriend picks up on the vibe and he guilts himself into agreeing with her. And then she's just like second guesses herself and decides, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to take the drugs so I'm not a party pooper.
Yeah, that is never the way you should take psychedelics.
No, that's a terrible way to do psychedelic drugs.
Yeah.
Via guilt,
Yeah. That's
peer pressure.
That's the worst possible
The worst.
way. Yeah.
She immediately has a bad trip. She's like running through the field, seeing weird things in the mirror,
Mm-hmm.
seeing her hand or foot like become grass.
And then blacks out.
She blacks
for, like,
out.
6 hours.
So these are people with poor decision-making skills
Mm-hmm.
in a foreign land with complete and total strangers that are attempting to now participate in some sort of pagan ritual. It's a 9-day long
Mm-hmm.
ritual that they only do every 90 years.
Yeah.
So for many of the people in this community, well, for all of them actually, this is their first time doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because everyone in this community kills themselves at the age of 72.
They do. Yes, they do. By hurling themselves off a cliff, which we get the pleasure of seeing twice.
And it is gnarly.
It is. It's probably the most graphic scene, right?
I think in terms of like pure gore,
Yeah.
it's up there with like the back fillet.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty rough, too. They make the wings out of that dude's back.
But that's just purely visual, whereas the jumping to your death and hurtling your head into the rock was like also has a lot of physical impact
Yeah.
and motion.
And like the sound.
Right.
Yeah.
It's more brutal.
Yeah, for sure.
But this society puts a self-imposed age limit on their elders, 72. And when they reach that age, they voluntarily commit suicide because they say they believe in the circle of life, and by releasing their energy they allow like new energy to come in the form of the young, and they're doing this whole cyclical thing, and that way you don't have to succumb to the indignity of old age, where you're fighting your mind and body as your body and mind fail you. So they like sort of go out on their own terms.
Yeah.
And when I got to this point in the movie, I added to my themes cultural relativism versus moral absolutism. We can talk about it now or later, whatever. I just want to mention it because
let's get into it.
This is an example of something where most people watching this in a sort of Western Enlightenment culture tradition like us are going to look at this and be like, that's not right.
Yeah.
Like that ain't right.
Yeah.
And there is obviously an argument for like cultural customs that are different than your own having their own place and right to exist.
Sure.
Even if you don't agree with them. But then there's this concept of like, well, is it just wrong? Maybe it doesn't matter what your culture says.
Yeah.
Some things are just wrong.
Yeah.
And they were playing with this idea in the movie.
Quite a bit. Yeah. I mean, it was a very important theme.
Because the characters have a visceral reaction to this. They're like, this is wrong.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you shouldn't be doing this. And they're all screaming and disgusted and wanting to puke. But all the Swedish cult members in their white robes are like into it. And they're like, you don't understand our customs.
Yeah, like we're going to happily do this ourselves.
Right.
Yeah, that is a really tough bridge to cross, you know?
Right.
It's like, is that okay? I mean, they are adults. They're 72 years old. They are certainly, I mean, like, is it okay to, I mean, we have certain states that allow suicide legally.
Yeah. So there's two different questions here to parse out. One, I think, is I don't want to say it's a shallow subject because we could talk about for days on it.
Yeah.
But I think it's less, it's a little bit less contentious or philosophically juicy. But that would be, is it ever okay to kill yourself?
Yeah.
And personally, I think the answer is yes. It's very contextual. There's like a sort of a checklist that you need to be able to tick a certain number of boxes on before I would greenlight such a thing. But there's cases, I think, where taking your own life can be acceptable.
Yeah, terminal illness sort of situations.
But not using it as a way to like escape responsibility.
Yeah.
If you're truly in unfixable pain, there's just circumstances where I think that's okay. But that's just like a personal moral thing.
Yeah.
The bigger question is it possible to create a cultural system where you claim something like that is voluntary, which they do claim, But because it's ritualized, if you were to not want to do it, you really wouldn't actually have this freedom to express that. And like,
Yeah.
in what sense is this voluntary given the
Yeah.
context that we see it in?
Absolutely. I mean,
Right?
it's technically not, even though they do jump to their own deaths and such. But I mean, they're reinforced from a child, from the age of a child. Be
That
like
this is
this.
what you
This is
do.
the rules.
Right.
You
It's
know.
and like they're carried up to the cliff by the younger people.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in their sort of like cultural customs rule set has pushed them to this point where this is what you do next.
Yeah. That is just the end of your life.
So how do you actually exhibit freedom in a custom like that? And it doesn't have to be so dramatic as to be a suicide
Mm-hmm.
situation, but how do you exhibit freedom of choice in any cultural context where pathways are so predetermined?
Yeah. I mean, you don't. That's not freedom. But
Exactly.
does that make it wrong?
Right. So like the question is something wrong or right just because you choose it, or is being an independent agent, in air quotes in this context, is that more valuable than being part of a collective? Because I think that's another core component to
Absolutely.
this movie.
Yeah, the community versus individualism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, because community is really important, and especially, I mean, it would be. I feel like it would be incredibly fulfilling to our, like, you know, monkey brains essentially to be in such a tight knit, small community that it might be more enjoyable than actually just being like an individual entity, as you say, in that situation.
Well, you see a lot of examples in this movie of shared, like, collective experience.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote down four. Maybe I missed a few others,
Yeah.
but when Danny is grieving
Mm-hmm.
after she sees her man Christian
Mm-hmm.
having sex with that Swedish girl,
Yeah.
she's like freaking out and grieving, and all the other girls around her like mirror her,
Mm-hmm.
and they all seem to experience what she's experiencing. They all become like a conduit for her emotions.
Yeah.
And then the exact same phenomenon happens when Christian
Mm-hmm.
is having sex with that girl.
Yeah.
All the other women who are watching start to like do these like orgasmic singing sounds.
Yeah.
And like they do it in like this rhythmic pulsing way that matches the sex.
Yeah. They mirror it, and yeah, and physically even help with the
Yeah, they're like
sex.
touching their bodies. When the old man commits his suicidal jump, but he lands on his legs,
Yeah, they feel the pain.
he's screaming in pain, and everyone else is like screaming in agony as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then also during the final burning at the end,
Mm-hmm.
you see all the people outside mirroring the pain of the screams from within. So this is a society. I mean, maybe it's not even big enough to call it a society.
In a community, I feel
It's a
like.
community.
Yeah.
It's a commune, but it's a group of people that are so tightly knit, that they are like at the point of shared experience.
Yeah. And I don't know. I feel like there's a lot to say about that. Like there could be many, many positives that come from that sort of situation.
Yeah, for sure. Um, I mean, you see like so much cohesion, so much happiness
Mm-hmm.
in their group. Although we see that on the surface, who knows what this lifestyle looks like
Sure.
the other 360 days of the year
Sure.
when you're just a worker bee and you have to make granddaddy's poisons and like, like they've got a weird dynamic going on that is like
For sure.
still in some sense hierarchical. Like we see these patriarchs that keep like showing up and they're like controlling
Mm-hmm.
things,
The elders, yeah.
which harkens back to Wicker Man. Like
For sure.
it seems like this idyllic society on the surface, but then you dig in and you see this like corrupted core of power.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would even think and argue that they know that they're corrupted. So with that rune, so the table that they all dine at, the first time that they all dine at the big table, it is in the rune shape of an Othala. Othala, the Nordic rune. And so it is like a diamond with two little legs coming off of it. And generally it is flipped with a diamond on top, but the way that we're shown it is upside down. And that is apparently on purpose. It was called like Merkstav or some shit, where they specifically flip Nordic runes to mean the inverse meaning of it. So this rune is about like accepting ancestry. I want to say the exact thing. So that was ancestral property, lineage, home, and inheritance. So however, in the film, this rune is presented upside down, which typically means it inverts the symbol. The inverted presentation hints at a distorted or corrupted form of inheritance, suggesting that the traditions that the Harga community passes down are deeply unsettling and perverse rather than grounding or protective. So it is the inheritance of the Hargas is one of a malevolent tradition, one that entraps rather than cares for its joining members.
Interesting.
Right? Super.
Yeah, it's dark.
It really is.
So I guess that explains why. How many of the Americans are killed by the end of this? 5 out of 6. The Americans.
The non-Swedes, because 2 of them are from London. But yeah.
Oh, I thought they were all American.
No, yeah, okay. Yeah. The 2 that the guy's brother brought.
They're from London. Okay, yeah. 5 out of the 6 are killed in this process, and the 6th, Danny, is like absorbed into the commune. Yeah. By being made a queen.
Yeah, but it is a form of entrapment too, because it's like it's not like you're gonna let her leave. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
They killed 5 of her friends.
Yeah, she's entrapped. Yeah. All the friends were entrapped. The whole thing was a trap. Yeah. They even talk openly about how like they're so proud of their boy Svengen or whatever his name is for bringing them these outsiders. Right. They're very aware of what they're doing. It's a honeypot situation.
For sure. Wicker Man.
You've been wicked.
You've been wicked. Get caged.
John Wicker Man. Oh. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely dark people. Yeah. But that's not directly tied necessarily philosophically to the idea of collective living or collective consciousness. No, that's just this particular fucked up instance. It is interesting, like intelligence. Do these people actually share experiences and feelings because they're so close and because they're all taught the same things? They look at life the exact same way.
I mean, they're also all using like
the same drugs.
The same, like, psilocybin can really do stuff like that.
They're doing undefined mystery drugs in this movie. One of the things they mention, one of the Americans asks them, like, how do you guys survive here? He's trying to get to like the core of like their economy. Yeah. Like, how do you do this? And they explain a few of what they do. They're like, just describing like their sort of Amish practices or whatever. They make this, they make that. And one of the things they mentioned, I think, was like pharmacopoeia. And like homeopathy.
Homeopathy.
Yeah. Which turns out is just code for like crafting your own weird drugs out of like elm sap and shit like that.
Yeah. This is from the yew tree.
Yeah. They have like a brown powder that you can blow in someone's face.
Sounds like scopolamine.
Completely paralyzes your body and your ability to speak. So that's pretty fucked up. They've got some like anti-pain serums. They've got a cornucopia of psychedelic infusions.
Yeah, I assume most of that's mushrooms, but it also could be like...
Well, they ate mushrooms in the first scene. And that was still when we were unsure of what our characters were getting into. Yeah. We weren't sure if we were being presented with sort of like a Burning Man-esque like week in the woods with a bunch of like
hey, you want to do some
Swedes
shrooms?
in their 20s.
Yeah.
So they do the shrooms on day one, but like then they have this weird like tea that was like made with boiling herbs that were like yellow and purple.
Yeah, I know. That was really interesting. I wonder what that was supposed to be.
Yeah, it was like being presented sort of similarly to like LSD.
Yeah.
In terms of like effects on the characters,
Yeah.
but it was just unnamed. It was never specified what it was.
Yeah.
So these people are weird like drug manufacturers
Mm-hmm.
as well as ritual suiciders and
That's fucking lit.
body harvesters.
Hell yeah. Planting bodies and shit.
So yeah, I don't know, like the cultural relativism, I feel like there's a limit to how much a culture can push the bounds of being like, we're just different, bro.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't know, like I feel like I do sort of take a hard stance that like for something to be morally justifiable, it has to be able to be universalized. And I don't think that you can universalize this culture.
No, obviously not.
Right.
No,
Like
definitely.
this is a death cult.
Yeah.
And it's a corrupt power hierarchy based on death and entrapment.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it is for sure a pagan death cult.
Yeah.
But
But like you could argue that all of America right now is trapped in the jaws of a death cult as well.
100%.
We've got like 350 school shootings this year or more.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty
I don't know.
sticky. It's like it's just such a hard thing to even really grapple with because it's like at the end of the day too, it's hard to tell another culture that they're wrong.
For sure.
You know?
And the thing is that you can't really do that by comparing their actions to the actions of your culture. Like it can't just be like, well, our culture values this.
Yeah, exactly.
And your culture values that. That's why you're wrong.
Yeah, it's like
the only way to like broach that conversation rationally is to try to create like universal principles that aren't culturally dependent in the first place.
Yeah.
Against which you could say like that doesn't cohere to the way that any human would want to live regardless of culture.
Yeah.
I think there's like a few things where you can do that, like murder and theft.
Yeah. Murder and
like
theft.
Anything that like infringes on bodily autonomy.
Yeah.
Really like no human is going to like agree willingly to be in a system like that. And when you see a system like that that's already in place and the participants are saying that they're willing, it's really because they don't know any other way and
they
they're
grew up
forced by custom to believe it.
Yeah, I mean that's like a lot of what most of America believes is like we all for the most part grew up on a Christian fundamentalist like.
Well, and that's true of every culture.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
The thing, like, you're born into your culture. You don't get to choose what it is. And then your value system is mostly derived from or just like implanted into you by your parents and your community and your sort of like narrative mythological storytelling about your history. You can't escape that, right? We all have that built into the background of our brains.
Not until we have a global world order.
The globalists.
Dude, yes, the globalists.
The globalists are trying to undo my meta-narrative.
Globalists don't believe in Sweden.
The globalists think I'm in a supplement death cult. Alex Jones.
Goddamn globalists. Dude, he's crashing out crazy. Man, this is so off topic. You can cut it. I have to tell you. Palantir is Peter Thiel's.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Peter Thiel is a dick, and he's part of a death cult.
He's also part of a death cult. Yeah.
He's also part of a dark enlightenment, anti-Renaissance movement that is anti-democracy and pro-monarchy.
Yeah, and wants to just accelerate towards transhumanism as fast as humanly possible.
Let's send him to Sweden. I know this sweet festival.
I know these cool guys. Let's put him in a bear. I think that's a good time.
I think we should put Peter Thiel in a hollowed out bear body.
Yes.
And put him in the triangle.
put him in the triangle. I've been telling people this for so long.
Speaking of the triangle, the art design in this movie is
Yeah.
really cool.
Dude, it's very good, and it's really based off of a ton of real Swedish folklore.
Yeah,
Norwegian folklore.
it seems very grounded in historical symbolism and imagery,
Yeah.
and actual folklore.
Mm-hmm.
But just aesthetically, the way they set up all the scenes and all the sort of like set design, gorgeous, really cool, like large scale art installations.
Yeah. They probably built that whole thing out.
For sure.
I mean, that couldn't have been that expensive to build out.
I think they probably built all of the structures on that property, and that was probably a mostly empty space of land that they were given permission to film on.
Yeah, it was shot in Hungary, actually.
Cool. Hungarians masquerading as the Swedes.
Uh-huh.
This is how wars are started.
This is the final straw.
But yeah, very cool aesthetic in this film. Really gorgeous, like, imagery.
Yeah.
Camera quality, just like the whole aesthetic, the way it all looks is, wow.
Agreed. Excellent trip visuals.
Yeah.
Primo. Some of the best that I've ever seen, I will even add.
Not too heavy-handed.
No, it's light. It's tasteful. It's very tasteful. The nature, the grass, the hands.
The way the trees are breathing.
Yeah.
The way, like, foreground elements just sort of, like, waver.
Yeah. That clap in the dude's face.
And then his whole, like, the gas around his head ripples.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's some...
Yeah. Very trippy, very accurate to being on a lot of LSD.
Yeah, for sure.
Good shit. Speaking of tripping, do not trip with Mark.
But my milkmaids.
This guy was the most annoying trip partner. He takes his mushrooms and then it cuts forward. He's sitting on the hill and he's like, "What time is it?
What time is it?
What time is it? Someone look at their clock. What time is it?" And the guy's like, "It's 9 p.m." He's like, "No."
What do you mean by that?
He's like, "It can't be 9 p.m. The sky is still blue." He's like, "Yeah, we're in Sweden in the summer. That's pretty normal." He's like, "No, I don't think that's normal. I don't like this."
I'm not doing well. I need to lay down. Everyone lay down.
Everyone lay down.
Yeah.
Everyone do what I'm doing. You're going to like it. Lay down.
Yeah. Josh, please. Josh, please
So
lay down.
Annoying.
Have you ever tripped with anyone like that?
No,
That's awesome.
I have not.
I have had the displeasure of making the mistake of ingesting copious amounts of LSD around people who I shouldn't have been around. Yep. High school parties.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Big mistake.
Dude, rookie mistake.
Yeah,
Rookie mistake. Junior year, bro. Whew, that was a bad one. It was right after prom. Oh, my God.
High school is just a terrible time to be doing psychedelics, to be fair.
I totally agree. Kids, don't you do it.
This is not us saying don't do drugs.
Yeah.
But this is me saying, when you're of high school age, no matter how mature you think that you are, trust me when I tell you, you don't know shit about life.
Bro.
And you should wait a few more years.
I would say like 23.
Right.
22, 23.
Get into your early 20s before you start messing with psychedelics, because at least then you're ready. You're an adult. High school kids are just so cringe.
Bro, you should not do it. Oh my God. I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember looking across the room, far across the room, and there's Riley also and like we didn't have to say a word. We both just separate exits to the car. It was incredible. This is the worst place to possibly be.
Yeah.
Oh man. No more Marks tripping, bro.
Do you want to get into pagan nature worship with me?
I mean, absolutely. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to add to it, but absolutely. I want to start a pagan death cult with you.
I wonder, like, how possible it is, like, to actually completely conceive of yourself differently than the ways that we do. Because, I often wonder about, like, what is life like for a cat or a dog or a octopus or something. Like, how do they feel and think about their surroundings and the creatures they interact with?
Sure.
Because we have very analytical, rationalistic human minds where we create like these distinct identities, and
Mm-hmm.
you're you and I'm me. But like, we could conceive of ourselves more like a collective, like an ant colony. Um, and I think at times people can achieve something like that, maybe like in a war context
Yeah,
where you can throw yourself on the grenade for the bigger picture, right?
absolutely. I mean, there's all sorts of circumstances when people get too rowdy at like a concert. Like that can totally happen. I forget what it's called. Oh, whatever.
Like the people in this movie, like they seem to be of like one mind in many instances.
Yeah.
And I just wonder if it's actually possible for like modern humans to like restructure their like perceptions to such a degree that they could fundamentally think of themselves as a plurality rather than a singularity, because that would fuck you up. I mean, you'd be a completely different type of being
Are
if
we
you thought of yourself that way.
are we talking sober? 'Cause I
Yeah,
think with psychedelics, I think you could.
I mean, I guess yeah. This culture is shown using lots of drugs to
Mm-hmm.
reprogram themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I remember working on the pizza line at Bridger Brewing one time, and me and all my coworkers decided to do a little experiment, and we only referred to anyone or any action with like the collective pronouns. So like,
Oh wow.
we're like, we would be back in the line and see a customer come in
Yeah.
and be like, we've arrived, and then we're feeling hungry. We'd better feed ourselves. And like, we started to try to like think of everyone as the same being
Mm-hmm.
and like say we, only we, not them, not us, not
Yeah.
me.
Not I. Yeah.
And it didn't go very far, but it was a fun little experiment, and it really like fucks with your ability to talk about things,
For sure.
to like describe a situation.
Yeah, how are you supposed to say like that? Refer to you and it's like we have to go to the bathroom
Can we grab that dry erase marker?
together.
And then I reach and they grab,
Yeah. Ugh, no.
But that's like what is being sort of alluded to in this movie, when they're doing that sort of collective experience stuff. It's
Mhm.
really crazy. I don't know that it's actually possible for like the architecture of the human mind to like fully go there. I feel like we always are going to have this individuality.
I am not sure. I mean, given the context of the movie, I think it's more possible. Without that, I think it'd probably be pretty hard. But if you're in like a commune, where you are 2 or 3 generations in, 5 generations in of no exposure to the outside world, and you are truly just with this like 200 people, you really might start, bonding in a different, higher way. But I would never know.
Yeah, that's weird.
I know.
Let's talk a little bit more about the arc of our main character, Danny.
Mm-hmm.
That includes her toxic relationship with Christian and then the way that resolves.
Yeah.
But it also includes the suicide murder of her sister and parents,
Yeah.
and the way that that goes and connects with her choices at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Because I'm still trying to make sense of what it means and why
The smile.
Ari Aster would write it. I mean, I think I understand what the smile is about and
Yeah.
like what is happening.
Yeah.
But the question is, okay, why?
I think it's supposed to just be disturbing. Truly. Like, and just give you something to think about. Like, I mean, it's because it is like her decision at the end is like the most extreme form of like catharsis, essentially, of putting all of her grief and like ending the toxic relationship and all the trauma that she had with Christensen literally on him and literally sacrificing him.
Yeah. So just for the audience, what happens is they have this whole toxic relationship for the whole movie, and then he cheats on her basically with this Swedish teenager.
Yeah.
Because he's been like hypnotized by their Nordic runes.
Yeah.
Um,
Period blood and stuff.
Yeah, with like the spell casting that they do. She sees this with her own eyes, and then she has simultaneously also won this like endurance competition.
Yeah.
And has been crowned the queen of the festival. So she's given permission to like the responsibility to select one of the like final sacrificial lambs that they're gonna do.
The final one, yeah.
They've got 8 selected already, but they need 9, and she has the option of choosing one of their people or her boyfriend. And she chooses her boyfriend and burns him alive.
And then smiles.
And at the very end, yeah, she witnesses the burning and all that, and she smiles and like has this look of catharsis on her face. And okay, so in context of the toxic relationship, I think this is pretty straightforward to read that she is relieved to be out of the relationship.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously you don't want to kill someone, like just break up, people.
Yeah.
But that's just a metaphor, right?
For sure.
It's a metaphor for ending the relationship. So she's letting go. That's good. But as far as it goes with like the trauma of experiencing the death of your family and then choosing to participate in the deaths of these other people.
Yeah.
That is much more like hard to get a read on.
I think
it can't just be to be fucked up.
No, I don't think so either.
That's think it's cheap.
I think it's more so she is also feeling accepted by a community and by the family. She's like she's letting herself go completely into the arms of that community.
So her family is dead.
Yes.
And this is her new family that she is for the first time feeling like she's no longer alone. And she's embracing this new murder cult.
Yeah. That's basically how I've always read it.
You don't think there's any meaning though? Because that's not meaning. That's just like
what happened.
That's just what happened. But why did Ari Aster write this for that to happen that way? Is there nothing being said about like trauma or murder?
Letting go.
Like carrying on trauma and then using it against other people.
I mean, that kind of goes into like the cycle of this. The cycle of everything is also a theme in this movie.
Yeah.
And that kind of ties into it. I guess, I don't know, not that my brain can really rack my head around. I think it was mostly just to be, like provoking, I guess. Which it is.
It's very unsatisfying.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just not picking up on some subtleties. Maybe there's some lines of dialogue I missed or something that would sort of like indicate more of a message. Or maybe Ari Aster's just a fuckboy. And maybe he just wanted to write some edgy Swedish cult movie and it doesn't mean shit.
He did a good job. Even if that is the case, he did at least do a good job.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
I
understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel like there's this really heavy-handed symbolism in her story arc. And I want it to convey something to me. And all it's really conveying to me is that like you shouldn't be in a toxic relationship and don't join a Swedish cult.
Maybe do join the Swedish cult.
Maybe there's like maybe there's a better way to deal with your loneliness and trauma than looking for help from your shitty boyfriend,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
more
Truly.
therapy,
Yeah.
less Sweden trips. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's just like not much there. But there's like so much there. I feel like I should be able to pull something out and I can't find it.
Yeah. I get what you're saying with that. Like, I mean, yeah, it does like kind of flood you with symbolism. And then
These huge ideas, these huge
yeah.
actions from the characters,
Mm-hmm.
and this big arc of pain.
Yeah.
Why?
And then just for a cathartic release.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beats me, man.
Okay. Well, if we come up with anything, maybe we'll come back. We'll circle back to this, just
Yeah.
like the circle of life.
The cycle of life.
What do you think that this movie gets for a rating?
It's like an 8.5.
Yeah, I was gonna give it an 8.
Yeah. I think it's an 8.5 to me because I'm such a sucker for the folklore, the locations, the technical work, all of that shit. It is fun to chew on some of these ideas for sure.
Definitely.
I think just a solid 8.5. And I just have nostalgia bias too. You know, I've seen this movie quite a few times.
It's not that old though.
Yeah, I've probably seen it like 10 times.
Yeah, but nostalgia
Yeah.
for 2019, bro.
Yeah, bro. Pre-COVID, bro. Everything was different.
That ain't nostalgia.
That's nostalgia,
That's
bro.
4 years ago,
Dude,
5 years ago.
That is 6 years ago, sir. I was an entirely different man.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good movie. I think it's a little slow. I think the characters themselves are dumb people. Not that they're like dumbly written by Oster, but like they are dumb in the movie.
Yeah.
The second that they saw those people kill themselves and all these people are chanting and then they bash the head in with the fucking hammer,
You got to get out of there.
get out. Right? The movie's over. They stick around. They're like, I want to write a thesis.
I want to
on the
go
culture.
right now.
And then he goes in and he snaps the pics of their ancient tome.
Yeah.
Gets his fucking head caved in.
Yeah, there's the
Idiots.
weird incest baby thing too.
So, yeah, they're just dumb characters.
Yeah.
Which is always a pet peeve of mine. And it's a horror movie genre trope. Where it's like you can create the situations that you need in your movie by just having the characters just inexplicably do the things that need to be done to get them in that position,
Sure.
even though no person would ever actually like do those things. So it really breaks my sense of immersion when that happens.
That is fair.
But I think the technicals, the acting is really good.
Yeah.
The themes, the style, the art,
Yeah.
the feeling of it all, really good.
That main actress, Florence, is fucking
She's great.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I can get jive with an 8. I can jive with it.
We're giving it a strong 8.
Yeah. It's certainly not a 9. And it's absolutely not a 10.
Yes.
But it's nowhere close to a 7.
An 8 is close to a 7.
No, I know, but it's not. It's not.
It's nowhere close to a 6.
It's nowhere. Oh, no.
We're not even talking about 6.
No, we're not in the same plane as a 6. Yeah, man.
Solid movie. Give it the recommendation.
Yeah.
It's creepy. It's weird. It's trippy.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's got some deep themes, even if it doesn't necessarily draw its own conclusions for you.
It is most certainly worth a watch.
Yeah. Well, speaking of being worth a watch, thank you for watching to the end of our podcast. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell us what this movie means.
Share with your family and friends. Please tell us what this movie means.
Is the boyfriend's name Christian as an opposite to paganism? Tell us what this movie means.
Tell us what this movie means.
And thank you again.
Yeah.
This has been
Quiet in the Back.
Shh.
She's depressed, her family died. Her sister did a murder-suicide. But that's okay, let's go on vacation. Surely that will ease the sensation. You know it's good when you're really down bad, taking psychedelics in a foreign land.
This creepy seed festival's packed, and ritualistic suicide is back. The old must die so the young can live, and bring a sacrifice to give. With the power of incest we create an unholy monster priest of hate. Touch his book and he finds you. Where's your face to remind you?
It's the Midsommar festival in Sweden. Please come join us. You don't even need a reason. You can kill all of your friends or let them die. No one will ever wonder why.
You're depressed and lost your family, but these cold members maybe can be taking the place of what was lost.
Brand new family at what cost? All it takes is killing your friends, then the pain you feel just ends. This is healing, according to Sweden. Imagine mass death in the Garden of Eden. It's the Midsommar festival in Sweden. Please come